god, we're so excited for the drop. APT is out. Everyone, please check it out. Bruno.
For years, Bruno Mars has managed to do something almost impossible in Hollywood. He became one of the biggest music stars on the planet without turning his private life into a public reality show. Fans knew the songs, they knew the performances, they knew the smile, the style, and the unforgettable voice. But when it came to one question, Bruno stayed almost completely silent. Who was he really dating? That silence only made the mystery bigger. Every photo, every lyric, every appearance beside someone famous became a clue. Fans studied everything. And now, after years of speculation, people believe Bruno has finally given them the answer. But here's the twist. The story isn't simply about who may be standing beside him. It's about why Bruno kept this relationship so private, what changed, and why fans are suddenly looking at his love songs in a completely different way. Bruno Mars has always understood the power of mystery. From the moment he became a global superstar, he gave audiences almost everything they wanted. Hit songs, incredible performances, emotional lyrics, huge concerts. But there was always one part of his life that stayed behind a locked door. His relationships. While other celebrities share vacations, anniversaries, romantic photos, and private moments online, Bruno rarely did. That made people even more curious. His songs were filled with romance. Some were playful, some were heartbreaking, others sounded deeply personal. Naturally, fans started wondering if there was a real person behind those lyrics. Was Bruno singing from experience? Was there someone inspiring those songs? Or was he simply creating stories that connected with millions of listeners across the globe? For years, nobody could say for sure. Rumors came and went, names were mentioned, photos circulated online. Fans connected tiny details and tried to build a big
너한테도 thank you, Bruno.
picture. But Bruno almost always stayed quiet. And that's...
You're the best. Over to you, Bruno. Do you want to say something?
감사합니다. Thank you.
뭐 하고 싶은 거 하나 있었는데.
Right.
지금까지
Bruno.
로제였습니다. 감사합니다.
Romance became part of his image. He wasn't the superstar constantly posting about his private life. He didn't need to prove anything. He seemed to understand that sometimes the less you reveal, the more people want to know. One comment can become a headline. One interaction can become a relationship in the minds of millions of people. But Bruno has dealt with that kind of attention for years. He knows exactly how quickly a private moment can become public property. That's probably one reason he has always been careful. Imagine trying to build a normal relationship while millions of strangers are watching. Imagine going on a simple dinner date and wondering if someone has a camera. Imagine having a...
How do you say, hey everybody, I hope you enjoy APT?
APT 많이
APT 많이
사랑해주세요.
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 personal conversation and knowing that one sentence could become tomorrow's headline. For someone as famous as Bruno, privacy isn't just a preference. It can be protection. And that makes the next part of the story even more important. Because if Bruno really was ready to confirm something, it would mean he had decided that keeping the relationship completely hidden was no longer necessary. But why now? Why after all these years? One possible answer is simple. Trust. Relationships don't become strong because the world knows about them. They become strong because the people involved know what they have. And for Bruno, protecting that private space may have mattered more than satisfying public curiosity. For a long time, he appeared comfortable letting people wonder. But eventually, a person may reach a point where hiding something important feels less natural than simply acknowledging it. And that's where the emotional side of the story comes in. Bruno's fans have spent years listening to him sing about love. They heard him sing about falling for someone. They heard him sing about heartbreak. They heard him sing about wanting someone back. They heard him sing about commitment. And now, whenever people hear those songs,
Get to sort of see Bruno do his thing, and yeah, you did.
Oh, I did.
What was that like?
I remember the session. Obviously, I was so nervous because here I'm still a fan.
Yeah.
Right now, I'm like I could be like Bruno because we're a bit close, much closer now. But
Yeah.
I was so shy. He played like a few parts that he thought like he's like, what do you think of this and what do you think of that line? And I was like, wow, I think it's great. And he was like, let's record. And so he like recorded me and. Oh my gosh, I was so nervous. I was so nervous that by that time I'm like, I'm actually better than this in my head. I'm like, I'm better than this. I'm just so nervous. And I'm like failing at this line. And he's like, and he was vocal coaching me.
Yeah.
He's like, Rosie, you have to like throw it out there. Like he's like, you know.
Amazing.
And I remember like I like choked
great experience.
I choked on water accidentally before I had to record the bridge. And then I was like, he's like, you have to like shout it, like, hold on. And he was like singing it. And I'm like, hold on.
maybe there wasn't. Artists don't always write literally about their own lives. Sometimes a song is a character. Sometimes it's an emotion. Sometimes it's a memory. And sometimes it's simply imagination. But once fans believe they know who inspired the music, every lyric can suddenly feel different. That's exactly what happened here. The possibility of a real relationship gave fans a new way to interpret Bruno's romantic music. But here's the twist. The biggest story isn't actually the romance itself. It's Bruno's transformation from a superstar who guarded his private world to someone who may finally be comfortable letting fans see a small part of it. That's a huge
Do
difference.
you think he would want to do a collaboration? And I say it like thinking like 99% not going to happen, but the fact that he's even going to listen to 3 songs. And he was like, what does APT mean? And I was like, it's a Korean drinking game. And he was like, but we freaked out. I was like, what is happening? And then the rest is
Difference. He hasn't suddenly become an open book. He hasn't started sharing every detail. And maybe that's the point. A confirmation doesn't mean giving away everything. Sometimes it simply means saying, yes, this person matters to me. Nothing more, nothing less. And for someone who has spent years protecting his privacy, even that can be a major statement. Fans also started thinking about what this could mean creatively. Bruno has always been a performer who puts emotion into music. If he is genuinely happy in his personal life, could that happiness influence his next songs? Could we hear a softer side of him? Could a future album contain more personal stories? Could there even be a collaboration? These questions are exciting because Bruno's strongest music often feels emotional, even when the lyrics are simple. He can take an ordinary feeling and turn it into something massive. A new relationship could provide an entirely new emotional chapter. But there is another side to that possibility. Fame can put pressure on relationships. When 2 people are famous, the attention multiplies. Every appearance becomes news. Every interaction becomes a photograph. Every smile becomes evidence.
Now, let's talk about the emotional impact of all this. For fans, the mystery was fun. It gave them something to talk about. It created theories. It created excitement. But for Bruno, this wasn't a game. A relationship is not a headline. It's another human being. Someone who has feelings, boundaries, fears, and a life outside the spotlight. That changes the way we should look at the story. Instead of asking only, who is Bruno dating? Perhaps the better question is, why did he choose this moment to let people